1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go again. Toss the world to tournament.
Starter deck walkthrough guide, beginning December, moving forward, all 2025, and so forth. This is to help new players or even experienced players to help catch up on some combos they didn't know, or just let them know what the strategies are involved in these starter decks before they purchase them. The first deck we got is the Sky Barrier or Skybeast deck, if you will. Either one doesn't matter. Right now, these are categorized into this over here is what you want to your combo starters, your searchers, protection, engine, deck engine, extenders, spot removal. And we're going to basically go over every single card in the 50 card deck, just so you know what every card is utilized for, or what they can be utilized for. So over here is Bird's Nest. Bird's Nest is the arena. This may be activated with an element warrior class, meaning you don't need a warrior class of earth element or a warrior at all to activate this card. When the Skybeast is destroyed by clash, you may shuffle it back in the deck. Effect: once while this card is in the zone, instead of conducting your clash phase, you may destroy a Skybeast world class to e-call a Skybeast from your deck to a zone you control. One of the best cards to use if you're going first, because you can't attack anyway. The card is absolutely insane. Your searchers. Your searchers are 4 Bird's Nest and 4 Aerosol Soldier. Soldier is absolutely insane. When this warrior is sent to the dead zone, you may add an aerosol card from your deck or dead zone to your hand. So when he's sent to the dead zone, by any method possible, you get to add an aerosol card from your deck or your discard pile back to your hand. Or back to your hand. Super good. Only one clash cage and 1 body count. 1 Tasuo armor to play. Apologize. He is 1 clash cage if he dies, but he's only 1 body count for that, and 1 Tasuo armor to play after turn 1. Really cheap resource. Next is Spirit of the Sky. This card may be activated with an element type warrior class. It's a fire element. Cast off a Skybeast warrior class from your deck to target an aerosol warrior you control. You have 4, 8, 12 to choose from the target from. So this card is going to go off because it is a 2-card combo. Target aerosol warrior you control. Place this card underneath it. It gets the warrior class effect, element, ability, and name. So you could change your aerosols into Sky Bears, the Sky Bears, or Skyrus, Tempo, and Kiana, which means they get any of their effects for that turn. And then the last searcher is Temple the Supreme. Instead of conducting your normal summon or normal call, you can shuffle a card you control back into your deck to set a trap card directly from your deck onto the field. So that's it for the searchers. Next, we're going to do let's do the combos. So not combos, but the engines of the deck. So this deck has 2 engines in it. The Damien loop and the Tempo loop. The Damien loop allows you to send an aerosol card from your hand to attack your opponent for 2 damage. You can just literally just loop the soldier infinitely. So you go Damien effect, discard, trigger soldier at the hand. It's an infinite OTK loop you can do. It can be stopped by cards to stop you from attack or targeting. But yeah, it's just disgusting. Next loop's a tempo loop. Tempo loop allows you to set 2 trap cards, if done right, first turn, for control. And we're going to get into this more in depth in those combos, obviously. Next, let's get into the spot removal. So the spot removal in this deck comes with 3 Divine Strikes. This card allows you can play this card during your turn from hand to target a card in the LZ and destroy it, or you can set it and activate it during your opponent's turn to destroy a card in the LZ. 1 Divine Hatred, blow up, destroy all cards with life in the field. Great way to blow up and get pesky warriors off the field or cheese things for game. 4 copies of Aerial Assault Carter. His effect is when he's called, I can target a warrior my opponent controls, destroy him, and then he both hit the dead zone, and then e-call to the outer zone 2 during the beginning of the next turn. He can also be e-called during my play or charge phase by shuffling a warrior I control back into my deck. Super nasty spot removal. I think everyone should probably at least running 1 per deck if they can, or side deck him. These 2 are also considered spot removals. Baby Kia. Majestic Winds allows you to shuffle this card while in the zone and back into the deck to target a card in the L zone, LZ, and shuffle that back into the deck, but your opponent cannot activate it in response to you using this ability. Super good. And then Skybeast, Skybearer says, I can, during my play phase, shuffle a face-up card I control to shuffle a card in my opponent's Legend Zone into their deck. So this deck just has big outs to back row, creature removal to just ridiculous. And you can cheese out the guarantee removal with Temple Binding Spell, because if this lands, it can't attack or defend, then you can guarantee get his effect to go off. Then lastly, well, not lastly, let's do the defense or protection, I call it. So you have 2 Aerial Assault Chais in this deck. It's a block, so be aware if your opponent uses Clash Gauge to attack, you cannot use his guard. While you control an area, and you need an Aerial Assault card, a warrior, to use these 4 defense cards. So keep that in mind. But when when you control Aerial Assault card out and they attack you, if you do, you could add an Aerial Assault attack card. So these 2 search for attack cards. You have 10 attack cards, so that's a really good searcher for that. This card is really, really good. It's actually insane. Same thing though, you need Aerial Assault Warrior out, but it can negate targeting. While you control an Aerial Assault Warrior, when a warrior class you control is attacked or targeted, Kaiushu if you do negate it. So if you have other warriors out and as long as you get 1 Aerial Assault warrior out, they can protect your other creatures. So yeah, really, really good there. 2 Temple Binding Spells in this deck. As I mentioned before, stops your opponent from attacking and defending. A Wind Catcher, which can be used to stop your opponents from using hand traps. Also, it can stop your wind type cards from being targeted. You change targets to this card. Just super underrated card. Then we got Renji Ring, Malicious Restraint, stop you from being attacked for 2 turns. And Chai Forest. Chai Forest, the first time you would take damage, you negate it. If your Skybeast will take damage that turn during end phase, heal 1 damage, and then before counters. And then the recycler, she allows you to shuffle a card you control back into the deck. If you do, you can add an aerosol card from your dead zone to your hand. So yeah, she can recycle your aerosol defense cards back into your hand for use for next turn. And then lastly, we got the extenders. So these are the 9 extenders. It can be e-call from hand, e-call from hand, e-call from hand. It can be e-call from your discard pile. When she is in your discard pile, you can remove her from play to emergency call her from the deck, and vice versa. Remove e-call. One of each. There's only one of each though in the starter deck. And then last we got the attacks. This is the best attack card in the deck. This is the second one. It's the third. It's the fourth. And this card is a setup card. It's a combo card, literal combo card. So it's dead last because without the other attack cards, you can't even use it. Alright, let's get into some combos.